Okay, you all. It's me, Yolanda, once again. Um, I keep saying that I want to start a YouTube channel, but um, it's a little bit harder than it seems like it should be because I've got to learn how to be consistent. So this is me going to be consistent, and I say that because of the fact that just dealing with my daughter's death and not really having anybody to talk to, but needing to talk. I just feel like I've said this before, but I honestly feel like there's a lot of people out there that are just like me. And so today I just kind of want to talk about, well, my daughter, she's been gone for 3 years, since September of 2021. And I guess today I want to just talk about, they keep saying that it will get easier. And excuse if you hear noise, that's my puppy. She has a little she's got a squeaky mouse that she likes to play with, so that's what you hear, her playing with her mouse. But anyway, um so I've been on since, well, it hasn't been quite a year yet, but I've been on a journey of trying to get understanding and healing of, my daughter passing. Not necessarily understanding, because I know we all have to go sometimes, but just for me, just the healing process that I've been trying to go through. So I've been dealing with that. But one of the things that I'm starting to understand is that even though you want to heal, life is going to keep lifing. Like, I don't care what you go through, life is going to keep lifing. I feel like every time I feel like I'm getting a little better, and I take 2 steps forward, it seems like I have 4 steps push me back. And not necessarily in the same way, but you just, after my daughter died, I was just in such a dark place. So just to bring myself out of that dark place has taken, I'm still working on it, put it like that. So I feel like every time I make progress, like, I start to feel happy. I think about her, but it makes me sad, but I can get through the day. And then something else happens, and then that kind of is like, golly, if I can just heal a little bit without something happening. But realistically, that's just not life, because something's going to happen regardless. And that's kind of why I decided, come on, you got to push for this channel, and you've got to get some content out there, because I know there's people that feel exactly like how I feel. And so here I am once again. But this, over the weekend, when I had, well, 3 daughters, and I still have 2 daughters left. And I became, as they're grown now, well, they're 21 and 20. But when they were 7th and 8th grade, our house was kind of like the house that everybody went to and hung out at. So I've got to know quite a few of their friends. Well, there was one young man that, he had never been on an airplane before. He'd never been out of state or anything. So when we would fly from Texas to Denver, he asked me, could he go? So it just became a regular thing. Whenever we went, he went as well. And we took him on quite a few of our vacations with us. So I got to know him and his family very well. Well, anyway, over the weekend, I get a call that he died in a car accident. And to say that, oh my goodness, that just sent me spiraling right back to where I started from. I mean, I was over here crying and boo-hooing like it was my own child. And, you know, I just, it just, life doesn't stop. Life does not stop. And so I'm trying to not only deal with my daughter passing 3 years, but it just started all over again because now I'm dealing with this young man who was only 20 losing his life, and somebody that, I've known since he was in 7th grade. And now he's gone. And, for me, I don't like funerals. I mean, I'd like for somebody to tell me, how do you handle funerals? Because if it was up to me, I'd never go to another funeral again. I don't care whose it is. And I know that that's frowned upon in our community. But I want to go and be supportive. But with me still feeling the way I feel because of my daughter passing, I don't want to go. So I have not made a decision on whether or not I'm going to go, but at this point I'd rather just go back to the family's house and be there when they get home versus going to his funeral. When I came back to Texas this last time, he was one of the first people that I went to go see because he's always kept in touch. I was looking at our text messages. He's always called and told me happy birthday or sent a text message, and he's always sent me something for Christmas, a card or something, via text messaging. And I was just going back and looking at all of that, and it just really, when someone passes, I just kind of like, I like to remember them the way they were versus remembering them the last, that I got to see of them was in a casket. So that keeps me from really going to funerals. Like my daughter, when we had her funeral, one of her best friends, she actually planned it. All I had to really do was show up. They asked me, did I want my daughter's body there? And it was during COVID, of course. And I declined. I didn't want her body there. I just wanted her to be remembered, the beautiful soul that she was. And however you saw her last, that's what I wanted you to remember. But I did go. I was living in Texas. She was living in Colorado at the time. But I could not bring myself to leave Colorado without going to see her body. I said, I have to see my daughter. I have to see my daughter. And so we went down, and at that time they were only letting one person in. You couldn't just take somebody in with you. So I basically had to go in and view her body by myself. And all I can just see is my daughter laying on that table unalived. And she had cut her hair, so I got to just kind of look at her hair. She had fat little baby feet. Even though she was in her 30s, she still had fat little baby feet. And she had a butterfly tattoo on there. And so now that's how I remember her, laying there unalived. And she had very pretty hair, and just seeing her little fat feet. And she was shorter than me. I mean, I'm 5'3", and I think my daughter was just barely 5 feet tall. She was a little bitty ball of energy, as I would say. And just to see her laying there so still after just talking to her the day before. But that's how, I remember her. So what I would like to do, honestly, is I would just like to see how other people view going to a funeral, or, what do you do? Because I know some people can just go to funerals every day and it just does not affect them any kind of way. But I'm just not that person. I mean, I'm in there just crying and hollering like it was my child. And so I'm up in arms of whether or not to go see this young man laying in a casket. But right now, I'm saying I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna go and be there with the family. So however people handle it, I really want to be able to handle it in a different way. So I would definitely like to know how other people handle it. And one of the things that has really been helping me um, is my daughter has a friend. I kind of know her, but I didn't. My daughter used to do a lot of plays, and this young lady would, I got to know her that way, and she used to dance, and my daughter was a dancer as well, not pole dancing, just regular, dancer. And so that's how I got to know this young lady. And she's actually the one that did my daughter's funeral. But she calls me, it's been 3 years now. And she calls me about once or twice a month. Or she'll just send me a text message and let me know she's thinking about me. And that helps me a lot. Because when I tell you, I know I'm all over the place, but I'm just getting this in. That, there's her and there's one other person that will check on me maybe once or twice a month as well. And that helps me so much. Like, I don't think she realizes how much that actually helps me, that she just takes time out of her day to, send me a message or just anything. But it really, really helps me, because when I tell you that even though I have like a few friends, I really don't have anybody to talk to. And I feel like I'm in this by myself. I really, really do. And I know there's other people that feel the same way. And it's hard when you're going through someone's death to just not have it consume you, and just to be able to talk to someone who really gives a damn and really understands. Because what I found out in the beginning, I mean, people of course were coming out of the woodworks, but if I have to be honest, they were just being nosy as fuck. Let me just say that. They were just being nosy. You get what happened, blah, 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 and all this shit. And then that's the end of that. They just want to know what happened. And so then they disappear. Because who the ones who are going to stick around. All you have to do is just give it a little bit of time, and it'll definitely show that. So anyway, I guess I want to be able to interact with you all. Like I said, I know there's people going through stuff just like me. And another thing that I want to say, I keep putting this page off, but I'm always, in my mind, I'm always thinking. And I'm like, let me just pick up my tablet and start filming. So some days, let me just tell you, I'm going to look like this. I'm going to have on the same clothes. I don't know. When I'm feeling some type of way and it says pick up the camera, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pick it up and start recording, because one of the reasons why I don't record is because it seems like when you look at people's videos, people try to be so perfect in their videos, the right lighting, the right time. And I'm realizing that for me, that ain't gonna happen. So if I have on the same clothes, it could be the same day. I don't know. But I'm going to get this out. I want to build my channel. I'm hoping that I can help someone, and we can build a channel where we can help each other and be there for each other. So I really hope to hear from people soon, and I will try. Well, I'm going to start posting every single day, and hopefully I can build an audience, and maybe we can get to the point where someone can be like me, and they can tell their story, because I know there's a lot of stories out there to tell, and I know for me, just talking helps a lot with my healing. And so that's where I'm at, and I will see you all hopefully tomorrow. And join the channel, and let's just try to be of some type of encouragement and help to each other. But have a good day.